Hello, welcome to Drops of Jupiter Tarot. I'm Jane Drops. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you've had a good weekend. Nothing too stressful for you guys. I'm going to do a quick energy check-in. So the energy you've just left, the energy you're in now, and then what's to come. I might even go as far as to clarify, just see if I've got the time, basically. So yeah, if you would like a private reading, please do drop me an email at dropsofjupitertarot@gmail.com. Jupiter with an O, same as my profile name. I'm not just on TikTok either, I'm on YouTube too. Okay. Queen of Swords, don't stand no nonsense, truth, clarity, and death. Endings mean new beginnings, so maybe you're in a rebirth process, maybe you're beginning again. I'll say something in a minute about the death card, about the guy on his knees. Can you see him? You know, when you're kind of at that point where you're like, do you know what, I've had enough. Honestly, I can't do this anymore. Please, just give me something different. Do you know what I mean? And the Hanged Man, so. Okay, Queen of Swords. So she knows who she is. She knows her worth. She's got her boundaries and she knows where to use them. I was going to say, she knows where to stick them. She knows where to stick that sword if you mess, let me tell you. She is both critical and, what's the word? The opposite to critical. Oh God, I've lost the word. Complimentary. Yeah. We'll go with that one. So yeah, so clearly something you've gone through, you've literally become, or maybe she's an independent woman in or out of a relationship, so you would be independent anyway. You'd be able to create your own stability. Do you know what I mean? You'd be able to move things forward, i.e. the rebirth, death. These people on their knees, I've had enough. I'm just, please, look, just let it be done. And let me go. Do you know what I mean? Could be the death of the old you, which means you could be very critical, maybe, and it's asking you to end it, but it's also asking you to look at it from a different perspective. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's not good to be the Queen of Swords. You need to have that compassion, nurturing, so emotion, but she's logic, like very logical. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, she's got emotion too, but like I said, she knows her worth. She's not messing. Do you know what I mean? Very forthright. But I've got a feeling. Hang on, let me have a look at the bottom of the other one. Knight of Pentacles. Maybe you've just realised that somebody's not what they say they are. And you're having to go through an ending. But it's telling you, you will gain new perspective on this. Do you know what I mean? It won't be as difficult. Like, it won't be as hard to process or deal with emotion-wise. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Yes, see where you've come from. This is where you've come from. Oh, the Devil. Let me cover that a little bit because I end up being flagged. 7 of Cups. Okay, so maybe you felt like an option. Yeah. Maybe you felt like an option by somebody who you're codependent to, or you'd had enough, you went within, you gained clarity, independence, moving from that stuff, and that it was your choice to do so. Do you know what I mean? You chose to walk away from the toxicness and become the Queen of Swords and say, do you know what, I'd rather be single than sleep with a snake or somebody that I can't trust. I'd rather have a good night's sleep than be awake or be half asleep with one eye open, like. Do you know what I mean? What is it that... There you go. So, Death, Queen of Cups in reversed. Maybe you felt a lot for this person, but it was kind of exaggerated. Do you know what I mean? Illogical. Self-deception, hesitation. You know what I mean? It's like maybe you'd convinced yourself that everything was okay, but then the only option you had was, hang on a minute, no, I'm seeing what's going on, so no. But that's kind of what you'd been doing. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's saying, or that's what you're doing now. Maybe it's saying that's why you need to gain a new perspective, because obviously you've got past, present, future energy. Do you know what I mean? So basically, what's gone, what energy you've come out of, what energy you're in now, and then what energy's to come once you're out of this. Yeah. But it's obviously saying that you need to end it. There needs to be a rebirth when it comes to self-deception. So you need to change the way that you think about things. Hence why the Hanged Man's there. I'm shuffling them up here because obviously if a card comes out and there's naked people on there, my video is going to get flagged, which means it won't get seen by so many people. Again, balancing on the bottom energy, so past energy, base energy, Two of Pentacles, balancing, juggling, understanding that, oh gosh, the world's a busy place and it's a little bit hard to do this and do that, and do you know what I mean? But it's also about skillful manipulation. You know, like somebody balancing two lives. Do you know what I mean? Trying to balance two lives, it's not going to happen. Within, so yeah, so basically what it's trying to say is, I've got 3 cards here, yeah. Them two are going to go with the Hanged Man, and this one is what's going to link with these, yeah. So you've got ending brings new beginning, so ending of the self-indulgence, self-deception, yeah, but the beginning of self-discovery, atonement, withdrawing from society, isolation, self-examination. Do you know what I mean? What's the word? Reevaluation, yeah. But what it's saying is, in order, you're going to need inner strength, and you're going to need to see you're going to need to it's going to take, again, determination, courage, but you'll end up being free. It's like with the sword. What I wanted to say is, with the Ace of Swords, yeah, it's like strategically cutting things away. So imagine you're in a forest. What is that on there? Imagine you're in a forest and you can't get past, but you need to get a certain way. So what would you do? You'd chop your way through, wouldn't you? That's basically what that's doing. It's getting rid of the obstacles. Do you know what I mean? Radical change, overcoming obstacles, reaching your goal. You'd find a way. You'd cut through whatever come in front of you, and you'd find your way. Yeah, which is inner strength. That's like but not brute force. It's just basically, see, brute force, you'd just go and chop anything and everything and make a bigger path that you don't actually need. You just need a way through. Whereas strength is telling you, don't be like that. It comes with gentle taming, yeah. So basically, only do what you need to get through, even if it meant just crawling through a tiny little hole. Cut a tiny little hole, you know, rather than cutting a massive thingy where you got to walk up straight. You haven't got to. You just need to get through without destroying everything around you. Balance. It's about balancing, yeah. So yeah, so good news. I mean, it's not a bad read, is it? Do you know what I mean? You've overcome that. You've become the Queen of Swords. You've overcome that. You know what I mean? Now it's about changing your perception, going within, isolation, finding. You know what I mean? Find out why you're deceiving yourself, why you're lying to yourself over certain things. You know, for an example, maybe you've convinced yourself that you're not an option and that this something's going on with this person and that's what's keeping them away from you, like other people are involved, or you know, they're easily led, easily convinced. Maybe they've done a few things where they've spread some gossip and told everybody that you're a nightmare, and then all of a sudden they're now having to go back on that because you're not a nightmare, you never was, but because they've gone to people and said that for self validation of the actions that they're carrying out. Yeah. I mean, the Seven of Cups, it's not an easy choice, it's a difficult choice. And nobody wants to look at themselves and say, do you know what, I might have some toxicness about me. Do you know what I mean? But it's my choice. What do I choose? Do I choose to go with the good, or do I choose to go with the toxic? You wouldn't choose, would you? You know what I mean? You'd yeah, which is what you did. When it comes to this is what you're in now, so this is what's happening now. So you're in a rebirth. It's a rebirth of self-discovery, finding out who you are from within. Do you know what I mean? If you have got exaggerated sensuality, arrogance and conceit, self-indulgence, self-deception, hesitation, melancholy, unnecessary sacrifice, any of those kind of things, it's saying it will be over. It will end soon. You will end it soon. And then when you do, it's going to take your inner strength and determination and courage, yeah, to change your perception. You've just got to pause and rest and reflect. That's basically somebody who's in a tree and he doesn't look like he's in pain. He's not doing anything. He's just hanging there, calm, balanced. Right. How else can I look at this? Do you know what I mean? Let me do some research as to why this would have happened, or why somebody would do this, or why I do this, or what could be the reasons behind it, and look through them and see if any of them resonate with you, and that would be your story. That's where you will conquer. Yeah? And this will be you. You'll be out of the logic, you'll be out of that forward, you know, like, ooh, let's do this. Don't come in my way. If you're coming to me, come with truth, honesty. Look, do you know what I mean? Calm that. Now you're on a rebirth, spiritual awakening. Yeah, death of something. You've got to let it go. You've got to let that self-deception go, because this is where you need to be. Yeah, and then right. Kind of show them on it. Doors. Let's talk about doors. So when one door closes, another one opens. Deaths bring new beginnings. Yeah. So let's see with the divine doors. What you want to go? Which door you want to go through? I'm going to pull 3. Yeah, and then pick one. Right, and then wait for the other 2 to be read out, and then see if your intuition, yeah, was spot on or not. Oh, that one wanted to come out. First victim. Second. Go with that one. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So 1. Anthony's call. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. A new perspective. Maybe you lost sight of what was at the real was going on. Yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and fly. Oh, that's basically the universe with a big yes. You know what I mean? Morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. Yeah? Basically, that might just be a bit of guidance of what to do. Meditate, do you know what I mean? Yes. Kiss the ground, touch the sky. Your soul is set to leap and fly. Yeah? In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. So it's basically telling you you're going to find a new you. You might have lost you might have lost something or feel like you've lost something, but it's saying, do you know what, don't worry, because whatever is yours is meant to be. Yeah, so it never pass you by. But also rebirth, get rid of the old thought patterns, perceptions, things like that, behaviors, and rest, pause, you know what I mean? But have inner strength and courage and know that what comes next is good. Do you know what I mean? Again, you're set to fly, so fly. You know what I mean? Don't let things hold you back and block you and keep you stagnant with things that you have to go through. It's so easy for us to sit here and go, oh, don't do this and don't do that and don't do. Do you know what I mean? But to be honest, it is kind of easy, but it just depends on your perception and how you think about things. Again, do you know what I mean? We're not perfect. None of us are. So why is it so hard for us to accept that we might make a mistake, or that we might have flaws, or that, you know, things might actually be broken because of us, because we're broken? But then isn't the idea to find out what's broken and fix it? Yeah? It's not to go around hurting people, is it? Step up and lead. Cool your emotions. Do you know what I mean? The melancholy, self-deception, inability to cope. Do you know what I mean? Illusion, fearful, oppressive. Maybe they're your thoughts that you've had to overcome. Yeah? Things that you've had to overcome. Again, rebirth. Yeah? Self-discovery. Meditation, which is what that is. Inner strength. Courage, determination. Oh, God. Can't write this. Shine. Yeah. This is a Moonology deck, this one is. This is just the Rider-Waite deck. This one's the, what's the word? Holographic deck. I haven't got many tarot decks, to be fair. I've got 3 with descriptions on, and then I think I've got 2. I think I might have 2, 3. I think I've got 3 without. But one of them I don't seem to be gelling too well with. Don't know. I think it's just because it's they're different kinds of cards. You know, if you look at the tarot cards, they're usually the same size. These are the ones that are like this size. Usually when I do these ones, it kind of reminds me of oracle cards. I don't know if that's what it is. So, for the collective, please. Right, there you go. Bit of advice for how to move forward. Breathe through the feelings. No, breathe through the tension. Sorry, my phone was in the way. be real and work through your feelings. Unleash your kindest self. Attune to the divine. Oh my gosh, this one's just perfect. It's like a message. Push through any insecurity. You need to believe in your good luck. Be proud of yourself. Yeah? Take a reality check. But you know, most of all, do you know what I mean? Trust the universe. Talk less. Feel more. And final, step up and lead. Right, guys, I hope that helped. Again, if you'd like a private reading, please do drop me an email at dropsofjupitertarot@gmail.com. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Good luck on your journey. Love you all and see you soon. Bye.